You are here for a reason. This message, this very transmission, did not find you by accident. It is not a product of random chance or a simple algorithm. It is a summons. It is a response. It is a precise, energetic reflection of a frequency you have been broadcasting into the quantum field, perhaps without even realizing it. Deep within your consciousness, a question has been forming, a subtle, unspoken plea for clarity, for a way out. You have been feeling it, haven't you? That persistent, nagging sensation of being stuck, that strange, unsettling hum of misalignment that thrums just beneath the surface of your daily life. It's the feeling of living the same day, over and over again. The names may change, the locations may shift, but the essence remains identical. It's the same financial ceiling, the same relational patterns, the same internal monologue of doubt and frustration. It's the same strange sensation that you are a performer in a play where you've already memorized every line, every scene, every disappointing climax. You feel as though you are pushing against an invisible, unyielding wall. You've tried to change. You've read the self-help books. You've attended the seminars. You've meditated. You've affirmed. You've put in the work, and yet here you are, confronting the same circumstances, the same limitations, the same exhausting internal battles. This feeling is not your imagination. It is not a sign that you are broken or that you have failed. It is the most critical, most hopeful signal your consciousness can possibly send. It is the sound of your higher self, your true, infinite essence, knocking on the antechamber of your human awareness. It is a loving, urgent alarm, begging you to look deeper, to see the mechanism that is running the show. You are caught in what we call the observer's trap. It is a sophisticated, self-perpetuating cycle of perception and creation, a closed loop that is being maintained by the most powerful, untapped force in the universe, your own consciousness. Quantum mechanics, the science of our age, has revealed a profound truth. Reality is not a fixed, solid, external thing. It is a vast, shimmering, infinite ocean of potential. It is a field of vibrating, undecided probabilities, all existing simultaneously, just waiting for a conscious observer to look at them and, in that moment of observation, collapse them into a single, real experience. And you, as that powerful divine observer, have been unknowingly, habitually selecting the same probabilities day after day, week after week. You have been tuning your powerful consciousness to the familiar, safe frequency of what has always been, and so the quantum field, in its perfect impersonal obedience, keeps delivering exactly that. It has no choice. It can only reflect the signal you are broadcasting. This is not a cosmic punishment. It is not a judgment on your worthiness. It is a neutral, flawless mechanism. And the very fact that you are here, that you are absorbing these words, that they are resonating in a place deeper than your mind, is the definitive, undeniable sign that you are ready to break this cycle. Millions of people are scrolling past this message right now, their consciousness completely sealed within the material illusion, content to blame the world, their past, or bad luck for their circumstances. But you are different. You stopped. You felt the pull. You've always known on some intuitive level that you were the one in control, even when you felt powerless. You've sensed that reality is far more malleable, far more mysterious than you've been taught. You have felt that profound disconnect, that spiritual friction between the infinite, limitless being you know yourself to be on the inside and the small, confined, repetitive reality you see on the outside. That very friction, that sacred discontent, is the engine of your awakening. It is the energetic force that has guided your awareness to this exact transmission at this exact moment. This is not just another video. This is not entertainment. This is an activation. This is a key. This is the moment your consciousness begins to fully awaken to its own creative power. This is the moment you stop being a prisoner of your reality and start remembering how to be its divine architect. The door is in front of you. The question is, are you ready to finally see it? How does this trap, this perceptual loop, truly function? It is at once exquisitely simple and devastatingly profound. You must begin to see the universe not as a cold, dead machine, but as a living, conscious, infinite mirror, a quantum mirror. This mirror is not like the one in your bathroom, reflecting only light. This mirror reflects consciousness. It reflects energy, and it has one single unwavering rule. It does not reflect what you want. It does not reflect what you deserve. It does not reflect your hopes, your dreams, or your desperate pleas. It reflects, with perfect, instantaneous, and impersonal precision, who you are being. It reflects your dominant frequency, and that dominant frequency is the sum total of your deepest, most habitual beliefs, your unquestioned assumptions, your core emotional states, and the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what is possible. For years, perhaps for lifetimes, your consciousness has been trained by your culture, your upbringing, and your past experiences to observe reality through a lens of limitation, lack, and separation. You wake up in the morning, and what is the first thing your awareness does? It begins its loop. It scans for problems. It locks onto what's wrong, what's missing, what needs to be fixed. You check your bank account, expecting to feel the familiar tightness of lack. You look in the mirror, expecting to find flaws and the signs of aging. You think about your relationships, expecting to feel that old, familiar ache of disappointment or loneliness. You are, in effect, waking up and placing your order with the cosmic kitchen for more of the same. You are observing the absence of what you desire, and you are doing it with profound emotional power. And the quantum mirror, this infinite, obedient field of potential, responds to that powerful, focused observation. It receives your order. It says, "Yes, as you observe, so it shall be. You are correct. Here is more proof of lack. Here is more evidence for disappointment. Here's another experience to validate the very limitations you are holding as truth." This creates a powerful, hypnotic, self-perpetuating feedback loop. Your observation of limitation creates a reality of limitation, which then becomes the new, solid proof you observe, which in turn reinforces your belief in limitation. It's a flawless, brilliant system. It is the observer effect, not as a distant laboratory experiment, but as your moment-to-moment lived experience. This is why trying harder in the external world is so often a recipe for exhaustion and burnout. You can't outwork a faulty frequency. You can't hustle your way out of a core vibrational misalignment. When you are trying hard, you are, in essence, trying to change the reflection in the mirror without ever changing the object that is casting it. You are running around, trying to wipe the mirror, trying to adjust its angle, trying to negotiate with it, all while holding the exact same expression of lack and frustration. This is the broken record. This is the cycle. Every single time you react to your current, unwanted reality with the same emotional signature, the same fear, the same impatience, the same anger, the same resignation, the same "when will it finally change?" you are dropping the needle on the exact same groove of the record. You are feeding the very pattern you despise. You are pouring your precious creative life force energy into strengthening its energetic signature. The universe isn't doing this to you. It is a neutral feedback system, doing this through you and ultimately for you. Your stuckness is not a life sentence. It is a gift. Your repeating patterns are divine, luminous signposts, pointing directly with loving precision to the exact beliefs and frequencies you are holding that are out of alignment with your true, magnificent self. The reality you see is just a diagnostic tool. It is the universe showing you, in perfect detail, the vibration you are currently offering. The moment you truly, deeply grasp this, not just as an idea, but as a living reality in your bones, the entire game changes. You stop blaming the reflection. You stop fighting the mirror, and you turn your attention inward to the one and only place where real, permanent change can ever begin, the source of the broadcast, you. So, the central question arises, how do we break free? How do we escape this hypnotic loop? For many intelligent, awakening souls, the first and most logical instinct is to use the mind. We try to think our way out. We try to outsmart the trap. We believe that if we can just understand the mechanism intellectually, if we can gather enough knowledge, read enough books, and learn the right hacks, we can somehow reprogram our reality. We try to use positive thinking to paper over our deep-seated fear. We try to use affirmations to brute force a new belief. This, my friends, is the most sophisticated, most subtle layer of the trap itself. Why? Because the human intellect, the logical mind, the ego, it is the very architect of the maze you are in. It was the mind that built the walls of limitation in the first place, based on past experiences. It was the mind that drew the maps of what is possible and what is impossible. It was the mind that defined the rules of the reality you've been experiencing. Its primary function is not expansion. Its primary function is survival. It is designed to keep you safe within the known, the familiar, and the predictable. Now you are asking that same architect, the one whose entire identity is invested in the maze it built, to show you the exit. It cannot. It will not. It will instead offer you solutions that only exist within the maze. It will tell you to try harder, to get a different job, a different hallway in the same maze, to find a new partner, a different dead end, or to simply be more positive, painting the walls of your cell a brighter color. It will analyze your problem, label it, categorize it, and offer you a strategy that keeps it in control. This is like trying to escape a physical maze by sitting down and obsessively studying a map of the maze. You are still inside. Every time you try to be positive, you are, on a subconscious level, reinforcing the powerful belief that you are not naturally positive. You are creating an internal war. Every time you fight your anxiety, you are feeding the energy of fighting and anxiety. Every time you strive for abundance, you are screaming at the universe from a bedrock frequency of lack. The mind operates on the plane of duality. For it to win, something must lose. For it to be right, something must be wrong. This constant internal warfare is the very engine that keeps the observer loop spinning. Your consciousness becomes a battlefield. You are fragmented, scattered. Your precious energy split between where you are and where you want to be. And the quantum mirror, receiving this chaotic signal, can only reflect that internal chaos back to you as an inconsistent, frustrating, and chaotic external life. The observer loop is not maintained by your thoughts alone. It is anchored deeply and powerfully by the emotional frequency that vibrates beneath those thoughts. It is maintained by the quality of your attention itself. Your intellect, your thinking mind, operates like a searchlight. It is focused, narrow, intense, and always looking for something. Looking for the problem, looking for the solution, looking for the threat. But this very act of looking for is an observation of it is not here. You cannot heal your life from the same level of consciousness that created its problems. The intellect is a magnificent tool, but it is a terrible master. It was never designed to lead your spiritual expansion. That is the role of your heart, your intuition, your deeper vibrational knowing. The exit from the maze is not a new thought. It is not a new strategy. It is a profound, radical shift in consciousness. It is a change in the very quality of your observation. It's the moment you stop trying to escape the maze and you realize you were never in it. You were merely observing it into existence. This is the leap you are being called to make. The leap from the mind to the heart, from thinking to being, from effort to coherence. And in that single graceful shift, the walls of the maze, the walls you thought were so solid, simply dissolve into the light. Why are you hearing this? Why? At this exact moment in your life, do these specific words resonate? Why do they seem to bypass your skeptical mind and land directly in your core, like a truth you've always known but somehow forgotten? It's because you are not like everyone else. While millions of people scroll past this transmission, their consciousness sealed tight within the 5 sense material world, you stopped. You felt the pull. You recognized the frequency. This is not a coincidence. This is synchronicity at its highest, most divine level. You were guided here, and you are understanding this because you carry something that most people are not yet aware of. You are a frequency decoder. You possess what the original text called quantum sensitivity. It is an advanced, awakened consciousness. It is an innate, finely tuned ability to perceive the underlying patterns of reality, the invisible energetic structures, the very code of existence that runs beneath the surface of the real world. For most of your life, this profound sensitivity has likely felt like a burden, even a curse. You feel things more deeply, more intensely than those around you. You sense the dissonance between what people say with their words and what they are screaming with their energy. You can walk into a room and in an instant register its energetic signature. You know if there's been an argument, if there's joy, or if there's hidden despair. You've experienced moments that defy all logical explanation, moments that gave you glimpses behind the curtain of the material world. You've had profound, startling moments of déjà vu, not just a vague, I think think I've been here before feeling, but a crystal clear, frame by frame, word for word recognition that you have lived this exact moment before. These are not tricks of the mind. These are what we call timeline ripples. They are moments when your awareness becomes so present, so heightened, that you briefly glimpse the pre-programmed, repetitive nature of your own observer loop. You are seeing the glitches in the matrix that others are programmed to ignore completely. You've had moments of profound, inexplicable knowing that hit you like a lightning bolt. Sudden, deep understandings about the nature of the universe that you've never read in a book or been taught in a class. These are not random thoughts. They are quantum memories, bleed-throughs from parallel, future versions of yourself who have already mastered this understanding and are sending that wisdom back to you. Your consciousness is so advanced that it is literally downloading wisdom from its own future timelines. But this sensitivity, this beautiful advanced perceptual ability, has also made you feel profoundly isolated. You try to share these experiences, these glimpses, and your friends or family look at you as if you are speaking a foreign language. They are content with linear time, with a solid, predictable, realistic world. They tell you to get your head out of the clouds, but you have always sensed that reality is a vast, fluid, magical ocean of possibilities, and that most people are just paddling in the shallows, terrified to realize they can actually breathe underwater. Your sensitivity is not a curse. It is not a flaw. It is your key. It is your divine, built-in guidance system. It is the sophisticated instrument that allows you to detect the frequency of the trap, and more importantly, it is the very same instrument that will allow you to tune into the frequency of your freedom. You had to be sensitive enough to feel the cage before you could be sensitive enough to perceive the door. This message is that door. Your resonance with it, your feeling of truth, is you turning the knob. You were chosen for this by your own higher self, because you carry the precise perceptual tools necessary to navigate this grand quantum awakening for yourself and for the entire planet. As your awareness expands, as you begin to grasp the nature of the observer's trap, something strange and often terrifying begins to happen. Life may not get easier at first. In fact, it might feel like it's completely falling apart. This is the most misunderstood, most challenging, and most crucial phase of your entire awakening journey. You've become aware of the loop. You've recognized the patterns. You've set the powerful, conscious intention to break free. And then, suddenly, chaos erupts. The relationship that was merely stuck and unfulfilling suddenly, and perhaps painfully, ends. The job that was just draining and beneath you suddenly becomes so unbearable that you are forced to quit, or you are unexpectedly fired. The financial pressure that was just a dull ache suddenly intensifies into a crisis. Old emotions you thought you had dealt with and healed years ago, deep-seated anxiety, profound grief, white-hot anger, come roaring back to the surface, more intense than ever before. You look at this chaos and your mind screams, "I'm doing it wrong. This isn't working. I'm going backwards. This is not regression. This is not failure. You are not doing it wrong. This is the destabilization. This is the reality turbulence the original text spoke of. It is the great, powerful, necessary tremor of awakening." Think of your old reality, your old loop, as a building constructed on a faulty, cracked foundation. A foundation built from beliefs of, "I am not worthy, I am not enough." Life is a struggle. As you begin to awaken, as you begin to embody your new, higher frequency, you are not just redecorating the rooms of that old building. You are pouring an entirely new, solid, unshakable foundation of, "I am worthy, I am infinite, life is creative." But to do that, to build the skyscraper of your new reality, the old, unstable, rotting structure must be cleared away. The chaos you are experiencing is the deconstruction phase. It is a loving, divine, controlled demolition. The universe is rapidly and often ruthlessly dismantling every single part of your life that is not and cannot be in vibrational alignment with the new, higher frequency you are choosing to hold. It is shaking loose every pattern, every relationship, every identity, every belief that was a part of the old, limiting loop. It feels like pressure. It feels like intense anxiety. It feels like time is running out. This isn't anxiety. This is what quantum physicists call phase transition pressure. It is the energetic signature of profound transformation. It is the very same pressure that over eons turns a piece of simple carbon into a flawless, glittering diamond. It is the same heat, the same roiling, chaotic energy that turns dense, heavy water into light, formless steam. Your consciousness is approaching the precise boiling point where the old, dense, limiting reality can no longer contain its expansion. Your job during this phase is not to panic. It is not to analyze. It is not to run back to the old, familiar patterns, even if they seem safe. Your job is to become the calm, unwavering eye of the storm. Your job is to allow the old structure to fall. Your job is to feel the emotions as they pass through you. Like a storm passing through an open sky, without identifying with them, without becoming them. You must trust the sacred process of reorganization. This turbulence is a beautiful, powerful, undeniable sign that your observer loop is breaking. The familiar patterns are losing their magnetic grip on your attention. You are in the chrysalis. It is dark. It is tight. It is confusing, but the struggle is not a sign of death. It is the miraculous reorganization of your very essence. You are not falling apart. You are, for the first time, truly falling together. I need to share something vulnerable with you, something I know you will understand on a level that most people simply could not. For years, I was trapped in the most sophisticated, most invisible prison of all, the prison of my own spiritual knowledge. I understood the observer effect intellectually. I taught manifestation. I could quote the quantum physicists. I could speak for hours about frequencies and vibrations, but my reality was still stuck. I was caught, as the original text described, in a more subtle prison for my consciousness. My knowledge had become my cage. Every morning, I would wake up and, like a desperate, obsessive scientist, I would immediately scan my reality for evidence of change. I was observing my bank account, looking for abundance. I was observing my inbox, looking for the big opportunity. I was observing my relationships, looking for the love I craved. And in that constant, needy, desperate observation, I was unknowingly, powerfully freezing my reality in place. My awareness, which I believed was so advanced, was actually just a high-powered searchlight, constantly, obsessively reinforcing the very absence of what I desired. My act of looking for it was a powerful vibrational declaration to the universe that it wasn't here yet. The more I tried to apply my knowledge, the more I willed my reality to change, the more I reinforced the very pattern of trying and striving. The more I looked for change, the more my attention reinforced the very patterns I was trying to escape from. The breakthrough, the true liberation, did not come from a new piece of knowledge. It came from a total and complete collapse. I gave up. I surrendered. I stopped trying to observe my reality into changing. I stopped all my techniques, all my striving, and in that moment of profound, empty surrender, a new, deeper awareness was born. I began for the first time to do something radically different. I began to observe the observer. I stopped watching the world, and I started watching the watcher inside of me. I watched my own attention. Where did it go automatically first thing in the morning? It went straight to fear, straight to the problem. I watched my own emotional reactions. What triggered me? The feeling of being overlooked, the feeling of scarcity. I watched my own assumptions. What did I really, truly believe beneath all my spiritual affirmations? I believed that I had to struggle. I believed that I wasn't worthy of it. I wasn't just witnessing my reality. I was witnessing myself in real time, manufacturing my reality through these unconscious habits of observation. This meta-observation, this act of observing the observer, was the key that unlocked everything. By simply witnessing my own mental and emotional patterns without judging them, without trying to fix them, without trying to change them, I created a tiny, precious space, a gap. For the first time in my life, I was no longer identified with the pattern of fear. I was the awareness of the pattern of fear, and in that sacred space, the light of my true consciousness got in. In that gap, A new choice, a new possibility became available. I stopped being the desperate searchlight, hunting for a different reality in the darkness. I began to practice being the sunlight, simply illuminating what was, including my own fear, my own doubt, with a new quality of unconditional presence and acceptance. I stopped trying to escape the now to get to a better future. I brought all of my scattered awareness into the now, and the most miraculous thing happened. The moment I stopped fighting the now began to transform. The moment I stopped trying to observe my way out of the loop and simply observed the observer, the loop lost its power. It dissolved. This is the shift from doing manifestation to being the manifestation. It is the most profound, most liberating leap a human consciousness can possibly make. We must, at this critical juncture, shatter a powerful myth. For decades, the awakening world has been saturated with the law of attraction. We have been taught to attract what we want. We've been told to visualize our desires as out there, and use our energy to pull them toward us, as if we are a magnet and our dreams are distant pieces of metal. This single concept, while well-intentioned, has been one of the greatest, most subtle obstacles to true, effortless creation. Why? Because it powerfully reinforces the most fundamental illusion of the observer's trap, the illusion of separation. The very idea of attraction implies that you are here in a state of lack, and your desire, your abundance, your perfect health, your soul-level love is over there, separate from you. It casts you as a small, incomplete, lacking entity that must do something, that must try and pull and strive and work to get the thing you do not have. This striving, this effort, this trying to attract, it is a vibration. And what is the precise vibration of trying to get something? It is the frequency of I don't have it. It is a scream of lack. And so the quantum mirror, in its perfect obedience, reflects your striving by giving you more to strive for. It reflects your I don't have it by masterfully delivering more experiences of not having it. This is why so many people get stuck in the agonizing loop of almost manifesting. They see the signs, they get the crumbs, but the full embodied manifestation never seems to land, because their fundamental dominant state is one of longing and wanting, not one of having and being. This is the critical, life-altering distinction the original text alludes to, the difference between attraction and alignment. You do not attract your favorite radio station. You do not sit in your car and use your willpower to pull the frequency of 98.7 FM toward you. That would be insane. The signal, the music is already here. It is already present everywhere, all at once, broadcasting in the field. All you do, the only thing you can do, is tune your receiver, the dial on your radio, to match the frequency that is already broadcasting. You align with it, and the very instant you achieve that resonance, that alignment, the music that was always present but previously inaccessible becomes your one and only reality. This is how the universe works. This is quantum creation. Your desires are not out there. They are not separate from you. They are parallel realities. They are probable frequencies that are already broadcasting in their entirety in the quantum field. Your impossible dream, your highest, most beautiful vision for your life, it exists right now as a fully formed vibrational potential. You are not here to attract it. You are here to align with it. You are here to become the frequency of it. You are here to be the person who already has it. How does that version of you feel? How do they think? How do they walk? How do they carry themselves? You stop observing your current reality from the perspective of lack and separation. You stop looking in the mirror and seeing what is, and you start feeling in your heart what is. You stop checking your bank account to see if it's here yet, because that constant checking is a powerful broadcast of it isn't. You stop trying to get, and you start giving the very frequency you wish to experience. You want love, you become the most loving, self-loving person you can be. You want abundance, you become the frequency of gratitude and generosity. You stop pulling, you start being. This is the profound shift from attraction to alignment, from separation to resonance. You don't need to get anything. You only need to dissolve the internal barriers, the limiting beliefs, the old stories, the habitual emotions that are keeping your dial from tuning to the reality that is already and has always been yours. What is this alignment? What is this frequency we are speaking of? The ultimate secret, the master key that unlocks all doors and permanently dissolves every observer loop, is a single, powerful word: coherence. Coherence is the state of energetic integrity. It is the state where your consciousness becomes unified, whole, and singular. It is that magical, resonant moment when your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body's energy, and your deepest, wordless knowing all begin to vibrate at the exact same frequency. They stop fighting each other and begin to sing the same song. They become a symphony. In your current, stuck state, you are energetically incoherent. You are fragmented. Your thoughts are saying one thing: I'm a powerful creator, I want abundance. But your emotions based on past trauma are screaming another: I'm terrified of scarcity, I'm not worthy. Your actions are moving in one direction, working hard, but your core beliefs are anchored in a completely opposite one. It's never going to work for me. This is energetic incoherence. This is static. This is a jumbled, chaotic signal. And the quantum field, the great mirror, receiving this scattered, mixed, fragmented signal, can only deliver mixed, scattered, and inconsistent results. Some days feel magical. Some days feel like an impossible struggle. This is why true coherence, as the original text so beautifully stated, cannot be faked. It cannot be manufactured with willpower. It cannot be positive thought into existence. Your intellect cannot force your heart to feel something it doesn't. The universe knows your vibration, not just your words. Coherence emerges naturally, gracefully, when your observer function. Your consciousness becomes fluid rather than fixated. We must shift the very quality of our awareness. Most people's consciousness, as we've discussed, operates like a searchlight or a focused beam. It is tense, it is narrow, it is rigid, and it is always looking for something. It is the state of the hunter, the fixer, the striver. This is a state of resistance. But quantum consciousness, the consciousness of coherence, operates like a radiant star or the sunlight. It is present everywhere, all at once. It illuminates all things within its field simultaneously, without effort, without strain, without judgment. It doesn't look for things, it simply is the light in which all things are revealed. This is the shift from effort to embodiment. It is a state of coherent uncertainty, as the original text called it, a state where you are fully present and engaged, but not attached to how the outcome must appear or when. This profound coherence is achieved through what the ancient mystics called timeline consolidation. Right now, as you sit here, your precious creative attention is scattered across time. A significant part of you is still anchored in the regret, the guilt, and the what-ifs of your past. Another large part of your energy is lost in anxiety, projecting itself into 10 different, fearful, potential futures. Only a tiny, tiny fraction of your true awareness is actually here in the eternal now, which is the only place from which you can create. Timeline consolidation is the conscious, active practice of withdrawing your energy from all the timelines that no longer serve you. You lovingly call your power back from your past wounds. You call your power back from your future fears. You gather all of your fragmented, scattered awareness and you bring it fully into this one single present moment. This is not a mental task, it is an energetic one. It is a deep relaxation into what is. It is a profound surrender into the now. It is the moment you stop fragmenting your awareness and allow your consciousness to rest in its natural, unified, coherent state. When you embody this level of coherence, you become a clear, powerful, irresistible signal. You become a symphony, and the quantum field, which must respond to coherence, begins to organize itself around your new, clear, powerful broadcast. You don't change your reality. You become the vibrational space where your new reality is already happening. How do you know this is working? As you practice this shift from effort to alignment, from incoherence to coherence, how do you know your observer loop is truly, finally dissolving? The signs will be subtle at first, like whispers, And then they will become so loud, so tangible, and so magical that they will be impossible to dismiss as coincidence. The first and most common sign is the dramatic acceleration of synchronicities. You will think of a long-lost friend, and they will text you within the hour. You will have a specific, obscure question, and the answer will appear on a billboard, in a line from a song, or in a random conversation you overhear. These are not just coincidences. This is the quantum mirror, your new coherent signal, and its reflection coming back to you faster. The lag time between your broadcast and your reality is shortening. The universe is actively rearranging itself around your new consciousness, winking at you, confirming that you are breaking free from the old, predictable robotic patterns. You will notice your relationship with the natural world changing profoundly. Animals, as the original text noted, are purely vibrational beings. They are highly sensitive to coherence and incoherence. You may notice birds making direct, prolonged eye contact. Pets may behave differently around you, becoming more affectionate or calm in your presence. Wildlife, like butterflies or dragonflies, may seem to follow you. They are sensing the new, clear, harmonious frequency you are emitting. Your relationship with technology will also shift. Electronics, which run on electromagnetic fields, are highly sensitive to the human energy field. You may find that electronics glitch or malfunction around you when your energy is particularly high or in flux. Or conversely, they might work in miraculous ways. Your phone will play the exact song you needed to hear. Your social media feed will present you with the precise piece of information you were looking for. This is tangible evidence that your consciousness has become so coherent that it is measurably, physically influencing the electromagnetic fields around you. Time itself will begin to feel elastic. Linear 60-second-per-minute time is an illusion, a rigid structure maintained by the observer loop. As you break free, you will step into what mystics have always called the eternal now. You will experience flow states more often. Minutes spent in a coherent present state, like creating art or being in nature, can feel like hours, filled with profound insight and joy. Yet entire weeks might fly by in a happy, effortless blur, because you are no longer operating from the dense, slow, grinding dimension of struggle. Your dreams will become more vivid, symbolic, and meaningful. You may feel like you are working or learning in your sleep, receiving information and energetic upgrades. People will respond to you differently. Some who are deeply invested in their own loops may fall away. They may find your new frequency uncomfortable because it triggers their own misalignment. At the same time, new people, your soul family, will be drawn to you as if by a magnet. But this isn't just about you. Your personal transformation is a crucial, vital part of a planetary evolution. You are not just breaking your loop, you are anchoring a new, possible frequency for all of humanity. As the original text stated, we're collectively transcending the limitation matrix. The chaos you see in the world, the division, the turmoil, the collapse of old systems, is the collective observer loop destabilizing. It is the phase transition pressure on a global scale. Humanity is at a choice point. We are either waking up rapidly or falling deeper into unconscious patterns. The urgency you feel is not just personal, it is cosmic. Your soul volunteered to be here, right now, to be one of the pioneers. You are a timeline anchor. And by healing your own loop, you create a morphic resonance, a ripple in the collective field that makes it exponentially easier for thousands of others to make the same leap. Your liberation is humanity's liberation. You are not just changing your life, you are helping to birth a new earth. Breaking the observer loop is not the end of the journey. It is the end of the imprisonment. It is the graduation from spiritual kindergarten. It is the beginning of your real life as a conscious creator. Once your consciousness learns to operate from a place of sustained coherence rather than habitual limitation, you gain access to a range of abilities that seem superhuman or miraculous. From the perspective of the old, limited paradigm, you are moving from being a passive, accidental observer of a reality you didn't want to becoming a conscious quantum navigator. You develop what the original text called reality fluidity. This is the embodied, masterful ability to consciously move between different probability tracks, to shift timelines, not through force or doing, but with gentle, precise, conscious intention and alignment. This is the true secret behind the charmed lives of people who seem to have all the luck. It isn't luck. It isn't privilege. It is an unconscious, or in your case, conscious mastery of coherence. They have learned how to interface with the quantum field in a way that allows them to select which timeline, which probability they experience from moment to moment. When you master this, reality becomes your canvas. It becomes your playground. The impossible becomes your new normal. You think, I'd love a parking space, and one opens up right in front of you. You need a specific piece of information, and the right person calls. The right opportunities, the right resources, the right teachers, and the right soul-level connections flow to you as if orchestrated by a divine, invisible hand, because they are. They are being orchestrated by your own coherent consciousness, which is now one with the mind of the universe. Your creative abilities will explode. You are no longer limited to recycling the same old ideas and inspirations from the collective human field. You become a clear channel for true originality. You begin to download insights, solutions, and artistic creations directly from the unified field. Thoughts that have never been thought before. Solutions to problems that didn't exist until you became coherent enough to access them. Your physical body transforms as chronic issues and pains begin to resolve on their own. Why? Because your cells, which were trapped in a loop of receiving the same old stress signals, are finally receiving new, high-frequency, coherent information, the information of vitality, health, and regeneration. You stop feeling like you are trying to get somewhere or become someone. You realize with a profound, unshakable peace that you are already there. You are already that person. You were just temporarily trapped in a web of observation patterns that made it seem otherwise. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding because it is based on direct, embodied knowing, not on hope or belief. This is the shift from reacting to your life to actively co-creating it. This is your birthright. This is your true nature. The old reality, the old loop is dissolving. The question is no longer if this transformation will happen, but whether you will participate in it consciously and joyfully. Your future self, the fully realized, coherent, masterful version of you, is already living in this state. They are already living in a reality of infinite possibility, and they are sending this very message back through time to you to remind you how to catch up. This is your moment. This is the convergence point. The waiting season is over. You are not here to be a victim of circumstance. You are here to be a master of creation. You are a living, breathing reflection of the quantum field, and it is time to reflect your true, divine, and utter magnificence. If you are ready to expand your consciousness, if you are ready to break your loop, and if you are ready to step into your next quantum leap, subscribe now to Quantum Reflection. Leave a comment below with the single word coherent to anchor this new frequency in your being and in the collective field, and share this message with someone who you know is ready to awaken.